Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this video because today I'm going to be sharing how I create my minimalist makeup look, which I'm actually wearing right now. So you're gonna see the whole process of creating this. We're gonna be using a really minimal amount of products. Actually all the products I mentioned in my minimalist makeup bag video, if you haven't seen it, I will link it somewhere here on the screen. So let's jump into it and let's get started. First, I'm just gonna pull my hair a little bit back so that it's not in the way, so we can see what we're working with. And this is the makeup that I do not every day, but because I don't wear makeup every day, but when I want to look a little bit nicer, a little bit more groomed, this is what I use. We're gonna be using the total of 7 products including the moisturizer, so it's really the minimal makeup that's gonna look natural, simple, and at the same time make the face stand out. So let's start with first I would like to moisturize my face a bit before I start the makeup. So I'm gonna be using this Rose Day Cream by Dr. Hauschka. Here we go. I'm gonna apply it, not a lot of it, just a bit of it under my eyes, over on my skin. It's tricky to film in the makeup because you kind of have to look at what you're doing. Alright, and a little bit on the other side. I found that this step usually makes the makeup just go on your skin a bit better. Plus it moisturizes the skin, which is great. It doesn't go too dry in this winter season that we have right now in Canada. So that's it, and then we're gonna wait a minute or two for it to soak in. Alright, my skin is now, I think, dry enough, and as the next step we're going to be using the concealer. As I mentioned before, I have some areas under my eyes and a little bit around my nose that would be nice to conceal. The one that I use is called Naked Skin by Urban Decay, and it's a weightless complete coverage concealer. So I'll start applying it, and the way I would apply it is a little bit under my eyes, sort of like this, on my eyelid, just to even out the tone. Another eyelid, a bit here, a bit under the nose, a bit on the nose, and just a little bit here. I have a few tiny spots in this tiny spot. That would be it. Oh, I also missed the small thing here. That would be pretty much it. I don't need a lot of concealer for my skin. So I'll start applying it, and I'll just usually tap it in with my finger, sort of like blend it in with my skin. And sort of like just blending it in with my skin, evening out the tone under my eyes. I like tapping under my eyes because it gets soaked in a bit better. You can see it's already looking lighter compared to this side, and the same I'm gonna do on my lid and the other side. So you can see that this one is already sort of looking a little bit lighter, a little bit more composed, and this one has still the you can see that this one is a little bit more even, while this one is still a little bit uneven tone. So I'm just gonna apply it here more, and on my eyelid. So that's the second product that we're using. So that was the second product that we used. The first one was moisturizer, and now this is the concealer. So you can see now my tone is much more even. But to set the effect, I'm going to take my powder, which is Bare Minerals by Bare Pro, and the tone is Light Natural 09. And I will apply it. I'll take a little sponge that comes with the powder, and I'll just tap lightly over my eye to set the concealer, under my chin, just applying a bit more. But here the trick is to not use too much, because you don't want to have that sort of powdery, too cakey face. You just want to set a little bit more the concealer and just hide the inconsistencies to sort of even it out. So that's that for the powder. I just use a bit to sort of make sure the tone is even, and you can see that right now my face almost doesn't have the eye bags and the tone is much better, and now it's like a clear canvas where we can create a little bit more definition. As the next step, I'm going to apply a little bit of eyeshadow, and I use this Glow Kit by Anastasia. I already mentioned in my minimalist makeup bag, I use it both as the eyeshadow, as a highlighter. I find the colors rich and beautiful and just going with so many outfits and natural looks. So in the palette I have 4 different colors, and I'm going to use the darker one, which is called Bronze, as my eyeshadow. So here we go. I mentioned before that I don't have any brushes, so I use my fingers to apply everything, and I find that you don't have to clean it up, and also you save the monies on the brushes. So I'll just take my finger and I'll start spreading a little bit of eyeshadow over my eye, or highlighter. It's actually, I think it's meant as a highlighter initially, but I use it for many different purposes. Then I'm gonna do the same with the other eye. Alright, my both eyes are done, and if I close them you can see how it looks. It's just a little bit darker than my normal skin tone, which gives it a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of glow, but doesn't make it look as too much. And with the same palette, I'm gonna use this summer color. Let me show you if I can. This is the summer color. I'm gonna use the same summer color, and I will apply it in the corner of my eye a bit. It's lighter and it's gonna make the eyes stand out even more. And there you go. 1 and 2. Let me just apply a little bit more. I think now we're good. There we go. So now the eyes are almost done. We still have mascara, but the eyeshadow and a little bit of highlighter in the corners of my eyes are done. This is just to give my eyes a little bit more definition. I don't apply eyeshadow that often, but I find this kit so minimalistic and so sort of universal that the color work really well, and they look super good for natural makeup if you don't over apply it. So yeah, we're done with this palette. This was our 4th product, and now we are going to use the mascara. As I mentioned in my minimalist makeup bag video, I use this mascara by Ilia, which is cruelty-free vegan mascara, and which I think sticks so well. It just creates such nice lashes and such a nice look. So this is what we're gonna do right now. I have this tiny travel size one, so I'm gonna start applying it my eyelashes. And if you see right now, they are pretty sort of flat, so you can barely see the ones on the top. Let me start applying the mascara right now. It's really tricky with the camera because I don't see how I'm applying it. But you can already start seeing the differences between the 2 eyes, and this eye it's standing much more. Let me apply it with the mirror, and I'll be back on one eye and we can compare. Alright, I am back with you, and you can literally see what is the difference between 2 eyes. This one is with mascara, and this one doesn't have any applied. I only applied the mascara. I did not, I'm gonna go closer so you can see how this one looks and how this one looks. So I only applied the mascara. I didn't use anything curling, anything for curling eyelashes. This is just this tiny little mascara that I used, and it just gives so much volume and definition to your eye. So let me do the other eye, and then I'll show you what I do with the eyebrows. And I forgot to mention that I go both through the top ones and then through sort of the bottom ones to make the bottom, because you can see here the bottom one is done and here it isn't. So this one is much more defined than this one. This one is sort of defined on the top but doesn't look so great on the bottom. So I'm gonna go through them right now and you'll see the difference. I had a little accident, I over applied it a tiny bit. So let me correct it and I'll be back. Alright, I think we're fixed here. So I'm done with my eyelashes now, and you can see how they look. They give eyes much more definition. You can see they're standing out, popping out, and the only thing that I use is this natural mascara. Now, I don't do this every day, and I think right now this is fine as it is, but if you want to add a little bit more definition, you can use the mascara to just strike through your eyebrows, and not a lot, just sort of gently go in there and add a little bit of color and go along the eyebrow. Do not go like crazy like that, just go a little bit up here. So as we did, a little bit up and then to the side. So you kind of brush them through, you give them the natural shape and a little bit of color. And you can see that this one is a bit darker than this one, it's more groomed. I generally like my eyebrows natural as they are, so I do not add anything to them, but you can add the same product to create a little bit more definition. So let's do now the other one with the same principle, a little bit up and then to the side. And you see that they sort of getting a better shape. And you don't have to necessarily go in the little bottle and apply a little bit more product, because the brush already has the color, and if you apply more color to the brush, what can happen is that you just gonna like have this super dark black thing on your eyebrow and you'll have to remove it and redo it. So actually it's perfect to use this trick after you already did your eyelashes. That way your eyebrows won't get too much color but still get enough to have a bit more definition. Alright, there goes our last product. And we kind of did our eyes, we even out the tone. I think the only thing that we could add to make it a little bit more nicer and chic is a little pop of color. And for this, I will be using this Josie Marin lipstick. It's a natural lipstick with this color. It's sort of nude, but it has a little pop of color, which is great for that natural look. And we're going to use it as a stick. So I bought this lipstick before all the sticks were a thing, but I was still using it in the same way. So what we're gonna do is that we'll first apply it to our lips. So you can see right now, compared to my upper lip, which is a little bit more bland, this looks a little bit more colorful and natural. So I usually do a few goes and then go on the top. Yep, so that will be the lipstick. And then I'll take the same lipstick, and what I'll do, I'll just go a little bit here. And I know with this kind of lipstick you have to apply a bit more because it's not very strong, to add some highlights. So here I recommend to test out your sticks or your lipsticks to discover how long they hold, how much you need to apply, and how it works with your skin. I know that this one is not super bright, so I actually apply more and then more on the other cheek, a little bit on the nose, and then we're gonna just add a little bit about the eyebrow. So now we're gonna take a finger and we're gonna just start sort of beating it in the skin. If you want a more highlight, you can leave it like that. You can see I already have a pop of color, but I prefer actually to spread it a little bit more. And knowing this kind of lipstick, it won't stay too long, so it's going to be less intense. We apply it to the cheeks like so, and you can see it's already adding some kind of freshness to your look. Then I'm just gonna apply a bit to the nose here and a bit above the eyebrows. And there we have it. That's one product and a lot of color pop definition. And here we have it. This is my minimalistic natural makeup look. And by the way, if you are interested, I have a video about minimalistic makeup bag where I describe all the products that I own. And I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed sharing this with you. And if you did, please let me know in the comments below, as well as subscribe to the channel for more exciting content coming up. Until next time.